Welcome to the NSA eNuggets series. I'm very happy to be here to share the information in the next 1 hour. And let me introduce myself. I am Cindy Liu. I am a volunteer trainer with RSVP Singapore. For the last 5 years, I have taught many topics on IT-related courses that's specially designed for senior participants. So hopefully in the near future, I may see you face-to-face in RSVP. Now, what are we going to talk today? We will discover the benefit of SingPass Mobile and also use it for SafeEntry. So have you been doing well in the last few months? I know the situation is so different than last year or the previous time, but I hope that you will stay active and learn new things, keep connected online with your friends and loved ones. Let's go through the topics today. We will first do an overview on SingPass and SingPass Mobile. Now, if you are already a SingPass account holder, then you will definitely benefit most for this talk. But if you have not obtained a SingPass, then I encourage you to visit their website and to apply for one, because it will just be more and more useful for you to conveniently and securely access a lot of information and transactions when dealing with government agencies. We will also go through a very detailed setup of SingPass Mobile and go through the services that are accessible via SingPass Mobile app. We will cover SafeEntry check-in with SingPass Mobile and also other methods. So what is SingPass? If you are not yet a SingPass account holder, maybe you will not be very sure what this is about. Now, have you read the Straits Times today? The newspaper headline on the front page is SingPass. So you can see this is getting more useful by the day. And SingPass is really a key for you to conveniently and securely verify yourself to access to many government service online portals. So this is to prove who you say you are. And by going to the digital service online and enter your SingPass details, once it's verified, the system automatically log you in to the government services that you are to visit. And the SingPass account will allow you to transact with more than 60 government agencies online very easily and securely. Now on the screen, you can see there are some examples probably you have visited before. For instance, your CPF, you can check balance, you can verify information, IRAS to file your income tax, and SkillsFuture. You probably have used the SkillsFuture credit to attend some courses to gain new knowledge. And Ministry of Manpower, you probably go there to apply for the work permit for your helper. So all these government agencies have online portals, and to gain access to them, you can use your SingPass. SingPass account consists of two parts, the SingPass ID and the password. The SingPass ID is typically your NIC number. You can change to some other value, but you can only change it once. And for the password, it is chosen by you so that you can remember it properly. But it's very important that you follow these rules to choose a password that is strong enough, which means difficult to guess by strangers. It should be a combination of alphabets and numeric numbers. The length should be no less than 8 and no more than 24 characters, and it cannot be similar to your SingPass ID value. So do choose a good password, a safe, secure password, so that your SingPass account will be secured. But if you do not remember whether you have a SingPass account or not, maybe there has been a long time before you go to visit these government websites, then what you can do is you can go to the SingPass website, www.singpass.gov.sg, to check the status. There's a check status function there to find out for you whether you already have a SingPass account or not. Now, since this SingPass is a key to so many services with the government, and some involve very confidential information and transactions, it's very important that the key is a very secure key. So in addition to your ID password, we are also having the 2FA. In full is two-factor authentication. Now, 2FA is to add additional account security to your SingPass. So how do you do this 2FA? One way is to use your SingPass mobile app, and on it, you can use your fingerprint or your Face ID or passcode, or you can receive an SMS one-time password that's 6-digit long, and that can be your 2FA. Or the third way is to use a hardware token called One Key Token. It can generate for you an 8-digit password to use. But please be reminded that this One Key Token will be discontinued from 1st April next year. So do change to other method if this is your only way for the 2FA right now. Good. After refreshing our memory on SingPass, let's do a poll about SingPass Mobile. Are you currently a SingPass mobile app user? Yes or no? Please submit your answer by selecting 1 for yes or 2 for no in Facebook poll now. These results will help me to understand better. The audience today listening in are in majority seasoned SingPass mobile users, or most of the audience are not familiar with this topic, and I can go in more detail. So why bother to learn this new thing, SingPass Mobile? From the front cover today on the Straits Times News, you can tell that indeed the SingPass mobile app will become more and more useful because our major banks, OCBC, DBS, have already embraced this way to let their customers to access their account. So it's good to use and to learn about this mobile app. I can see that the result has come back. The majority of the audience today say yes. Great. So a lot of you are already using SingPass mobile app. Then this talk will help you to refresh your memory and hopefully learn a few new things. Right, SingPass mobile app. With SingPass mobile app, you can access your government digital services very safely and very conveniently because you carry it with you in your mobile phone. Your SingPass account can be set up on your mobile phone with SingPass mobile app, just through a few simple steps. First, you do download of the app from either the Apple App Store, if you're using iPhone, iPad, or if you're using Android phone, go to the Google Play Store to find this app. Now, when you search for this app, please double confirm before you download that the developer of the app is called Government Technology Agency. That means it is the right app to install. After the download, you need to complete a one-time setup. As part of the setup, there will be a one-time password sent to you, either via SMS, or you can use your one-key token to generate this one-time password. After that, you're all set to use these convenient services. Let's go through step by step. First, to install, so you go to the App Store or the Play Store to locate this particular app by the name of SingPass Mobile. Double check that the developer is Government Technology Agency. And if you are a first-time SingPass account user, meaning you have applied for the account and you have received a PIN mailer from the government, but you have not logged in on the desktop computer yet, then please get a PIN mailer handy because you're going to use it. Once the download is complete, please launch the app, and then it will show you the terms of use and the privacy statement for you to view, and tap OK to proceed. After that, it will prompt you a series of questions for you to confirm, to agree, and to permit for the app to use certain functions on your mobile phone. Like you need to allow it to send you notifications, you need to allow it to use the location services, and to access the media and the files on your mobile phone. So please accept these requests in order for the app to function properly. After that, it will show you an overview of the mobile app in a few pages. So please read them and go to the next page by tapping on next or swipe it with your finger to the left. And after you finish all the pages, you will be presented with a login screen. Now, this login screen is a one-time effort. So you need to log into the SingPass account of yours in order for the mobile app to know that which account is tied to this app. So please enter your SingPass ID and the password. If you're the first-time user, please take out the PIN mailer and use the password inside the PIN mailer to enter here. If you use the PIN mailer password to enter, that means this is the very first time you have tried to log in. So then it will prompt you to change or to select your password. Okay? So you have to enter it twice, and do remember to follow the rule of a combination of character and alphabet, as well as no less than 8 and no more than 24 in length. And you can also choose to use some of the symbols if you want. So the two entries here must be the same. And after that, tap on next. If you see a successful screen, that means you have set your password successfully, and tap on proceed to go to the next step. So do be reminded that this is only for those who are logging in for the first time. Now, for those who have already logged into their SingPass account using desktop computer before, and here you're just entering the password of your choice and continue, you will see this welcome screen. And you just need to tap continue to move to next. Here is to set up a 6-digit passcode. Now this passcode will be your 2FA. So every time when you use your SingPass mobile app as your key to enter to those government services, the 2FA automatically can be your 6-digit code set up in the SingPass mobile app. So choose a value that you can remember and don't let others know. You need to re-enter it to confirm both values are the same. And then if the phone you're using has the capability of fingerprint authentication, or if it is an iPhone, it has the facial recognition feature, then this screen will be displayed for you to decide whether you want to use facial recognition or fingerprint identification or not. If you tap yes, then subsequently you can use your fingerprint or your face recognition as your 2FA. Or if you choose no here, then you just stick to the 6-digit code that you have set up just now. And that will be the last step. And you will receive this big green check to say you're all done and the mobile app is ready for use. Great. So we have a SingPass mobile app all ready for use. So what can we use it for? Previously, when you want to log into, say, CPF website or IRS website, it will ask you to use your SingPass account to log in, and you have to enter ID and password. Now, with the SingPass mobile app, now you can use the QR code scanning via the mobile app to log in. And you don't have to try to recall the pretty long password on your SingPass account. By doing so, and you can do that anywhere so long as you have your mobile phone with you. So the first step is you launch the SingPass mobile app and then look for the scan button on the home page. Tap on the scan, it will open up a QR code reader window and point that window at the QR code that is displayed on the government website login screen on your desktop computer. So the example here on the screen is to go into a CPF website to check on the account details. So once you scan the code, the system will verify your identity using the 2FA. So here you need to either scan your fingerprint or your face or the 6-digit passcode, depending on your setup. If that is successful, then the login becomes successful on your desktop web browser. So you can continue with the activities on the online portal. Now, if you are just going to do some transactions or looking into information on your mobile phone without involving a desktop computer, you can also do that with SingPass Mobile. The example here is if you want to make or check your medical appointments that you have done through the Health Hub website, you can launch the SingPass Mobile app and look for Health Hub's shortcut displayed on the homepage of this mobile app. Now, right now, there are altogether 9 shortcuts to this list of different websites of the government services. So you can choose from there where you want to go. Then once you choose the shortcut, you will ask for a 2FA, so it verifies your identity again with the fingerprint, face, or the 6-digit code. After that successfully checked, then automatically you will be transferred to the website of that service. And in this case, it will transfer you to the Health Hub website. Now, through this shortcut. You can go to a particular e-service webpage of the government service that is designed with the consideration of a mobile phone screen. So the information will be arranged in a way that is convenient and clear for you to access through your mobile phone. And besides this, you can also now use your SingPass Mobile app to do SafeEntry check-in. Okay. And of course, this function was added in the recent months to facilitate an easy and convenient SafeEntry check-in, which we will go into detail later. But it is very convenient for it to be done using the SingPass Mobile. Okay, so what is Safe Check-in? SafeEntry check-in. I'm sure by now you would have encountered this need to do SafeEntry check-in when you go out and visit public places. So before we talk about that, we have to talk about what's the cause of it. It's really because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation right now, not just in Singapore, but is happening around the world. Now, COVID-19 is a coronavirus that was identified in late 2019. That's why the name COVID-19. It has become a very seriously spread virus around the world, and the infected people has exceeded more than 60 million now. So it's a very serious matter, and we need to stay healthy, stay careful, and therefore we need to understand better why and how to deal with it. So COVID-19 is a virus that will cause respiratory symptoms, pneumonia, and sometimes lead to death, depending on the health condition of the infected patient. And it is transmitted between people based on contact, and is transmitted through the droplets from the respiratory system, and therefore close contact, prolonged contact will increase the risk of getting infected by this coronavirus. Contact tracing becomes very critical because it is used to identify persons who may have come to contact with the infected people, and therefore will allow an expedient follow-up to contain the spread of this virus. So what is SafeEntry then? SafeEntry is part of the whole scheme of contact tracing. It is a national digital check-in system, and it logs information like NRIC number and or your mobile phone number of individuals that visit the public places. So since May this year, it has now been set as mandatory to check in when you visit a location. And this information that it captured will help in faster contact tracing. And therefore, it helps to control the transmission of COVID-19 coronavirus. There are 3 ways to perform this check-in. Okay? The first way is to use SingPass Mobile app. The second way is to use scan QR code. Now you scan the QR code, use the apps on your phone, which we'll go into in more detail later. And the third way is to use physical ID card. This can be your NRIC or other official ID card with barcode. So let's go one by one. The first one is SingPass Mobile app. You can use SingPass Mobile app to do the SafeEntry check-in by opening the app and tap the scan button on the home page. When the QR code reader window come up, just point the window at the QR code that is located at the entrance of the location that you are visiting. And then the app will come back and show you the full name of the place and for you to confirm if it is correct. And if you verify it's correct, tap on the check-in button, and then the SafeEntry pass in green color will be displayed to you. You can show this pass to the staff at the entry and you'll be allowed in. Now the SafeEntry app has been enhanced to allow you to not just check in for yourself, but you can also check in for the family members that come with you to the same location. So the steps will be added for you to choose whether you are checking in for yourself or you are checking in also for others, and then it will all be given within the same SafeEntry pass. There's another way using the SingPass Mobile app that you can do the SafeEntry check-in. That is by using the big button right at the middle of the homepage of the app that says SafeEntry check-in. So if you just tap on the app, the homepage, and tap on this button, then a list of places will be displayed for you to choose. Now, this list of places is generated according to your physical location. And that is why this app wants permission to your location services on the phone so that it can detect where you are and present you with a shortlisted places to choose from. It has a star function for you to start a particular entry or multiple entries that you frequently visit. So next time you'll be shown on top and it's easier for you to find it. You can either scroll it up to look at the places if you don't see it immediately, or there is a search field right on top for you to enter the name, and then the app will search the list for you. But don't be surprised if you just enter any name and it tells you that it cannot find a place because it's limiting the search within a certain area size of where you are, which is shown on top, either 150 meters, 200 meters, 300 meters. This is so that it can present to you the most accurate and most precise list. So just choose and tap, and then you will be shown the SafeEntry pass for you to enter. Okay, the second way is to scan the QR code using an app on the phone. If you are using iOS device, which is iPhone, iPad, please use the camera app on the device. If you are an Android user, please use this app that we recommend that's called Trend Micro QR Scanner. So open the app. There will be a QR code reader window. Point that window to the QR code displayed at the entrance of the location you're visiting. Then the next screen that shows up is for you to enter your particulars, which include your NIC number and your mobile phone number. It also has a little switch here for your convenience that if next time you're using this, you don't need to re-enter this information if you turn on this little switch. Okay. So after that, tap the check-in button, then you'll be shown the SafeEntry pass. Now, if you use this method to check in, do note that the checkout button is on the same page of your SafeEntry pass, and do a checkout promptly when you leave the place. The third way to do a SafeEntry check-in is to use a physical ID card. You can use your NIC ID card, or you can use other official ID card that has the barcode. For instance, your driver license, or your Pioneer card, your Passion card, your Merdeka card. So all these cards carry the barcode, and the staff at the entrance can scan the barcode and allow you in. Now, what happens if you didn't bring any official ID card for the staff to scan? What you can do is, with the SingPass mobile app, you can open it and go to the Profile tab. And over there, it will display the same barcode that is shown on your NIC, and you can use that for the staff to scan for you. Great, so you have successfully checked in, you visited the place, and you're ready to leave. Now, don't forget to check out as soon as you leave. If you have used SingPass Mobile to do the check-in, please go to its homepage, and there will be a checkout button there for you to tap. If you have used scan QR code to check in, then on the same SafeEntry Pass page, the checkout button is there for you to tap. If you have used the physical official ID, like your NIC, to check in, please present the same card again to the staff to scan for you to check out. Now, with a timely and prompt checkout, it will help a faster contact tracing with more accurate information. Even though, let's say, if you have forgotten, the system after quite some time will automatically check you out, but that will reduce the accuracy of the information captured. So please do remember to do a prompt checkout. Great, we have completed the information sharing part. Now, hopefully you have learned some new information from this little talk. And if you have any questions, do put them into the Facebook comment field and send out the comment so that I can see them and I can address them for you. Okay, here's a question. How do I keep my SingPass account safe? That's a very good question. By you asking the question, I know that you come to realize how important and useful the SingPass account is and how secure it needs to be, because it accesses all the confidential and personal information and also allows you to transact with the government services. Now, how do you keep it safe? Since the SingPass is both ID and password, please do keep the password as secured as all possible. So don't share that value with others, and do choose a password value that is complex enough so that no one can guess it easily. Do not save the password. Let's say if you go to a public place like library and all that, and you need to log into the government services using the SingPass, do not save the password on the browsers that is on these public computers, because you don't know who will try to retrieve them later on after you leave. And when you go to the SingPass government website to, say, set up 2FA or to check on other information, please make sure that you have visited the right website by validating the URL, the website address to be www.singpass.gov.sg, and make sure there is a lock sign in front, which means it is a secured website. So if somehow you start to receive unexpected SMS notifications of SingPass activities, or you have received an OTP but you have not actually logged in to the SingPass account, maybe something is happening in your SingPass account without you knowing it, then do go and log on to the SingPass and check history. So you can look at the transaction history there and then verify whether they are strange activities. And if they are, please reset, change your password immediately, and notify police, as well as send an email using the support mailbox on the SingPass website to notify them, because it's very important to quickly put the security back to your SingPass account if it has been compromised. Okay, another question that says, if I have no mobile phone, how can I access SingPass? Okay, not to worry, SingPass can be used just straight on desktop computer. Let's say if you visit CPF website. Once you go to CPF website, you click login, you will be presented with the login pop-up box, which give you the option of using a SingPass mobile app, QR code scanning to log in, or you can still use the SingPass ID and password to log in. So no worry, this function will stay and you can continue to use your ID password to log in directly on the desktop computer. Okay, there's another question that says, I have a SingPass which I use to log in to government agencies on my desktop. Is it necessary for me to download SingPass mobile app? Okay, SingPass mobile app is an added convenience to you because it's on your mobile phone and it is with you anywhere, and you can access those government services even without your desktop computer. You don't have to, but it's highly recommended. And it is also because it is going to be tied to a lot of other private sector services more and more. And you can see from the newspaper today, OCBC and DBS have already embraced SingPass mobile app, that they can use it to let their customers to log in using the SingPass mobile app. So you don't have to, but it's really highly recommended. So give it a try and you will find that it's really very convenient, and especially with those shortcuts, it will lead you directly into those government websites without you doing the ID password login. Okay, another question here. How to scan QR code if I am using a handphone? Do I need a handphone to scan? Okay. Okay. I can explain this question in two ways. Okay. One is if you're using a desktop computer and if you want to log in and you have your mobile phone, okay, then you just tap the option to use scan QR code to log in, and then on your mobile phone you bring up the SingPass mobile app and tap the scan and scan the QR code. With a 2FA, you're logged in. But if you are using a browser on your phone and you want to log in, also using the same phone, no worries, it can do that. So let's say if you go to CPF website using your mobile phone. On the mobile phone, again, the website will show you two options. One is to use your ID password, just like the traditional way on the desktop computer. But on the mobile phone, it will still show you the other option with a QR code. But this time you don't have to scan it, you just need to tap it. So tap on the QR code on the browser on your mobile phone, and automatically it will detect that you have SingPass Mobile installed on the same phone, and it will bring up the SingPass Mobile app for you to do the 2FA, and you can continue from there. Okay, another question says, is iPad under desktop or mobile? iPad is under mobile. So you can follow the steps and set up the SingPass mobile app on your iPad. Okay. We have a question that says, what if I change my mobile phone? My 2FA will go to my old phone number, right? How to update the change? Okay, if you have changed your mobile phone number, please go to a desktop computer and visit the SingPass website, www.singpass.gov.sg. Once you're there, log in with your ID and password, and then go to the 2FA setup function. And over there, you can change the mobile phone that tied to your 2FA, so that after that, the SMS will go to your new phone number. Okay, we have a question that says, can I register for SingPass account on the SingPass mobile app? Yes, indeed, you can. Yeah, you can. Please start by installing the SingPass mobile app. Then once you launch the app, there will be a place. Yeah, you go through to accept the terms of use and privacy statement, and also to allow the app to access the features of your phone, and also allowed it to send you notification. Go through all those steps. And then when it comes to the login screen, so now you don't have an account to log in, but do note that there is a little hyperlink, yeah, right underneath that few fields to say don't have an account. You can apply one, and you just click on the link. It will lead you to the steps to apply for the SingPass account. Okay. A question related to security. Very good. Is it safe to leave the app open on your mobile phone, or need to log in and log out every time you need to use the SingPass mobile app? Okay. The SingPass mobile app, once it's set up once, is tied to your SingPass account for good. Okay, so there is no login again or log out. It will be there. Then if you worry that is that a security weakness? No, it is not, because there is a 2FA involved. So every time when you use your SingPass mobile to facilitate your SingPass login, you will be required to go through the 2FA, either the 6-digit passcode only you know about, or your fingerprint, or your Face ID if you're using an iPhone or iPad. But in this case, I must remind everyone that please make sure only your fingerprint is stored in your phone, because it is the fingerprint in your phone that you will use to verify. So if you store or let other people store their fingerprints there, then there could become a setup weakness. So please make sure it is only your fingerprint, and don't let others know the 6-digit passcode. Okay. Okay, there's a question. If no Wi-Fi on the phone, is it only to use IC to scan? I believe this question is related to SafeEntry check-in. When you do the SafeEntry check-in, and if your phone cannot connect to the network either by data or by Wi-Fi, I'm afraid you will need to use the IC or use other official ID with barcode to scan in. Because whether you use SingPass Mobile app or you use the QR code scanner app to scan, it does require a connection to the network for the system to create that safe entry pass for you. Okay. And if you are in this situation and if you don't have your NIC, but if you have SingPass mobile app installed in your phone, you can just open it up, tap the profile button, and there the barcode can be used. So there's another good reason for you to install SingPass mobile app on your phone. Okay. Another question, how to sign out of SingPass? For SingPass, since it is the key for you to enter a door, to the government agencies' online services, when you finished your activity there, you should log out from those government agencies' service. So each website will have its own logout button. So just log out from those facilities. You do not do a SingPass logout per se. But having said that, if you are visiting a SingPass website to do something on your SingPass account itself, yes, please do log out from there. Okay, here's a question. If a Singaporean is stationed overseas and he does not have an active Singapore phone number, okay, what can he do? I presume that you're asking what can you do when you want to log into those government agencies' website? You can still use your SingPass just by going to a computer, desktop computer, and use the ID and password to log in. Or if you have installed your SingPass mobile app, then you can visit those websites using your mobile phone, and it will allow you to tap on the QR code to use your SingPass mobile app to log in and give the 2FA. So you don't need it to send you this SMS on your overseas phone. So that will be the way that you can do in both platforms. Okay. Here's a question. If I change a new phone, do I need to reinstall the SingPass mobile app? Yes, if you have changed to a new phone, you do need to reinstall your SingPass mobile app and go through the steps. Okay, the question is it safe to use the browser autofill password in my own computer? I got 2FA though. Okay. Early on, I recommend that we shall not save the SingPass password on public computer. If you are very sure that your computer is only used by yourself, you you're of course free to save the password on this computer, but still bear in mind that when we connect to the internet, there can always be risk of external, how should I say, attacked or virus, so on and so forth. So it is still not recommended, and please just keep password to yourself. Okay, can someone use my finger to log in to SingPass on my phone when I'm asleep? That's a very interesting question. If you have chosen fingerprint ID as your 2FA on the SingPass mobile app, if you're asleep, your finger is available, your mobile phone is available, and hopefully your mobile phone has some other ways that you have locked it, like you have a PIN or something that no one can open your mobile phone. But if the person can open your SingPass mobile app and put your finger on the device, then I'm afraid there is a possibility that it can recognize and open the app for the person to continue. Okay, here's a question. I have the Trace apps downloaded in my phone. Please confirm if I'm right. I don't need to do any other tracing method. Thanks. Okay. I presume you're referring to the Trace Together app. Yeah. The Trace Together app is running at the background. It will collect information when it gets near to other Trace Together app on other phone that is carried by people around you. So that is a separate app, and this Trace Together will help in contact tracing, but you still need to fulfill the SafeEntry check-in when you visit the public places. So do install this SingPass mobile app and also adhere to the SafeEntry check-in requirements. Will the banks auto-activate bank account using SingPass even if I don't own a handphone? Okay. Here, I think you're referring to those banks who are allowing customers to log in using their SingPass. And right now, it is OCBC. And for DBS, they are piloting this capability. Okay, if you do not own a handphone, then there won't be a SingPass mobile app tied to your SingPass account. So in that case, the banks won't, the bank in any way will not auto-activate any bank accounts using SingPass. Okay, the customer has to use their own SingPass, and which is tied to the SingPass mobile app to do the login themselves. Okay, another question. Where is the logout button on SingPass Mobile? There's no logout button on SingPass Mobile. It is only there, the app itself, for you to do the login to the other facilities of the governments and also to do the 2FA. So it doesn't have a logout function. Okay. Do I need to set up my fingerprint or face recognition once I change my SingPass password? The SingPass password does not link to your fingerprint nor your face recognition information. So the password is really set up by yourself, a value chosen by you, and it stays as it is. The fingerprint is the fingerprint that you stored on your phone. If your phone has that capability to do fingerprint ID, you will scan your fingerprint and store it there, and then the SingPass mobile app will just use it. If you are doing face recognition as the 2FA, then is the capability of the phone again. Okay, so it has no tie to the SingPass password value at all. Okay, there's a question, how do I use SingPass mobile apps? Okay, this is the content that I have covered, but in case it has gone too fast, please do revisit the video after it's uploaded to Facebook and to YouTube after the talk. And you can also visit the SingPass website, where they have instructional guides there to lead you through step-by-step using a PDF document with screen print and all that. So you can also use those documents to help you to understand better. Here's a question. So Trace Together app can be deleted once SingPass Mobile is set up? Question mark. No, Trace Together app should not be deleted once SingPass Mobile is set up. They are two separate mobile apps, and they function differently. They have different roles. So you should keep the Trace Together running at the background and install the SingPass Mobile and use it as it supports. Okay. On self-service machine at CPF branch, how secure is the transaction, and any prompt to sign out the SingPass or automatically sign out after the transaction? Question. Okay. Whether you use a web computer, you use a desktop computer website to visit CPF, or you use the kiosk, same as self-service machine at the CPF branches, it is also using a computer at the back. And once you use the SingPass ID password to log in, and you finish what you want to do, just do the logout from the CPF webpage. So there is no SingPass logout specifically. It is just the logout that you need to do from the CPF website. Okay, question. Which camera app do you use to scan QR code under iOS? Okay, if you're using iOS device, which is iPhone and iPad, please use the app called Camera. Yeah, the same app that you take pictures with. Yeah, Camera app on the iPhone and iPad. Okay. Here's a question. Is the ID passcode and SingPass password the same? Okay. Here I am assuming when you say passcode, you are referring to the 6-digit passcode for the SingPass Mobile 2FA. They are different. They are two different things. The SingPass password is your first factor authentication to authenticate your account. And the 6-digit passcode on the SingPass Mobile app is your second factor authentication. So two separate values. Okay. Can the app be used on multiple handphones? Okay. Here you're referring to SingPass Mobile app. Okay. You can set up your SingPass account on one phone, and you can set it up on another phone. But every time you set up, you have to go through the entire setup steps. Okay. Here's a question. When we are using the NRIC for SafeEntry, do we need to check out with our NRIC? I was informed that checking in with NRIC and it was not necessary to check out. Is it true? It is not true. When you check in with NRIC, you still need to check out with NRIC. Just present the card to the staff to scan again, or sometimes they have a scanner there for you to scan yourself. You do need to check out. I have fingerprint problem at airport, etc. Will this happen to mobile phone if I choose to use fingerprint? Okay. In order to use fingerprint authentication with your SingPass mobile app, first your fingerprint has to work with your mobile phone. So if you have set the turn on this setting, turn on the function on your mobile phone, you may want to first go through the setup step and make sure that it can recognize your finger before you choose to use it with your SingPass mobile. Okay. Okay. Will I be alerted when my SingPass password is due to expire? Yes, you will receive a notification to remind you. If key in the password on SingPass, is it needed the OTP to confirm? Yes, there will be an OTP. Just now, when I show the ID and password logging as part of the setup step in the SingPass mobile app setup, after the step, immediately you're actually prompted for a 2FA reconfirmation, either with your SMS or with your one key token. So this is definitely taken place when you use password to log in. There will be a 2FA to confirm. Is it safe to log in via public Wi-Fi? Okay. I'm assuming when you say login, you're referring to log into the service like CPF or IRAS and all that using SingPass. Okay, the SingPass login itself will ensure that the whole login process is secure. But of course, after the login, you will be starting to use all these services. So when you use public Wi-Fi, if you are using a secured and confidential connectivity with these government services, it is still okay. But if you are using public Wi-Fi on other website or web services, then there could be some security exposure. Will the SingPass password need to be changed every 6 months, even with frequent usage? Okay, the SingPass password has its own expiry or validity period. So while there is recommendation that you change the value after some period, for instance, every 6 months. If you choose not to change, you can just wait for the expiry time to approach and then change it. There is a question I don't quite understand. It says, can a Realme phone use all SingPass application? Maybe there is a typo error. Okay. There's a question that says, passcode forgotten. If you have forgotten your password, any auto reset, what you can do is you can uninstall the SingPass and reinstall it again. Besides using Trend Micro QR scanner, other QR code application can be used for SafeEntry scanning. Okay. We recommend you to use Trend Micro because this particular QR app is free of advertisement. I think that is a big advantage. And also, the government technology agency has scored this app to make sure that it does work well with the SafeEntry system. So you are recommended to use this particular QR scanner app. We check into Ang Mo Kio supermarket and most of the places with NRIC, but the staff mentioned and refused to check out for us. What should we do? Okay, by right, they should not refuse. They shouldn't refuse to check you out or provide you with the scanner to check out. And what should you do? If you really have no facility to check out, you have to leave it be. The system will automatically check you out after some time, but it is really not right for them not to provide this. And you can actually contact the SafeEntry team on their website to inform them about this. Okay, that's all the time we have for the talk today and for all the Q&A. If you find this talk useful, do like and share the video with your friends and your families to help them pick up some useful tips. And this can be done at their own convenience and at their own pace. And if you want to learn more about government digital services and other NSA courses by RSVP Singapore, please visit the website or contact us at the phone number on the screen. You can also visit the NSA website to explore many other learning opportunities for seniors aged 50 and above. Okay. There is an NSA virtual roadshow right now online, so I invite you to visit the C3A website to explore opportunities on various learning topics at the RSVP virtual booth. So thank you very much and have a happy day and keep safe.